The greatest threat to the marketplace is the loss of confidence in that market. Do you know what happens when there's a lack of consumer confidence? Consumers tend to keep their money close to their chest. They're worried about the economic impact of what's happening around them. So they don't spend. They keep that money close, tight, holding it. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here, and thank you for hanging out with me today on the channel. Welcome aboard to all the new subscribers to the channel as we approach 12,000 subs. That is amazing, and thank you everyone for helping me get this close. I'm only 225 subs away, and I just wanted to say thank you again to everyone who's been subscribing to the channel. And of course to my regular viewers, patrons, and YouTube membership members. It's interesting that right now, I should be putting together a Hot 10 Reserve List video for all the fans of the channel. But when I started to put the numbers together to put that video and get it ready, I had to be sidetracked by the lack of consumer confidence in the overall economic health of Magic the Gathering. Reserve list sales are down across the board, everywhere. Some sales that I used to see 30 sales a week are at 0 or 2 or 3. Cards that had hundreds of sales are at 0. What an interesting idea that Wizards had when they gave us the 30th anniversary edition for $1,000. You get these 4 booster packs. I wonder if they realized the economic impact that will happen on the secondary market. Now, I'm not saying this is permanent, because it's not. This is a lack of confidence, which makes players freeze up and say, I'm not spending a dime until I've decided how I feel about what's happened. The shock and awe factor of not knowing makes players draw back and have a second thought, sober second thought about how they feel about collecting reserve list old Magic cards. I'll tell you right now, it has not changed my opinion one bit. None. I will still continue to collect reserve list cards whenever possible. And if this leads to a massive dip in the pricing on the reserve list, I will continue to buy and add more cards to my position that maybe I didn't have access to before. When people have a lack of self-confidence and they panic sell, that's good for people who can stay the course and hold on to cards for a longer term and see that these things have happened before. Maybe not to this scale, maybe not to this degree. And yes, we will be losing players and shedding players forever over what has happened. But that doesn't mean these cards don't have value. It just means there's uncertainty and a lack of confidence. Now, nobody is panic selling. Like I said, this is a stall right now of what's happening. People just aren't buying as they make up their minds how they feel going forward. Maybe they'll only collect higher end cards. Maybe they'll only go for lower end cards after the dust has settled. And the dust is everywhere right now. It's really kicked up the hornet's nest of the Magic the Gathering community. Right? We're all thinking about it. We're all talking about it. We haven't had news like this in a very long time that has got so many people having those conversations. But that uncertainty, that lack of confidence, right now it's stalled things out. But if that price starts to drop on key cards, there are people waiting. There are whales who know better. And they are waiting to get your stuff. I've checked in with the stores around me and nobody is panic selling to them at all. Nothing crazy is going on. Okay? A lot of conversations, but nobody's trying to change in massive collections of power cards. They're not trading in metal workers by the sleeve full. It's not happening that way, okay? But there's no real cards coming in either. Everyone's just kind of in that pause. The really long pause, that uncomfortable silence as you're trying to find the answer of what to do. And when I tried to look at all the reserve list cards and go through the ones that are kind of always sort of there most of the time, the key cards I look at, None of them are there. The only one that would have made it this week, for those who really want to know, would have been Soldevi Excavations, the tinfoil hat army card of this channel that I have surrounding me as I eat nachos and cheese every week. That card would have made the list with 39 sales. But that would have been the ultimate highest. And cards like Brain Geyser had 8, 9 sales. Fork had 7, 8 sales. Most dual lands had 2 or 3 sales from the various platforms. Most of the stores I deal with haven't sold any reserve list since Wednesday. Nothing. No low end, no high end. Nothing's moving. I wonder how much of a hit TCG Player took when none of these cards that would normally kind of fluctuate and sell back and forth got sold. When they just had their sales go boom, into a vacuum. Because if people don't believe that market of Magic the Gathering has value, prices will fall. If people don't feel comfortable spending their money on this collectible, prices will fall. If people are uncertain about upcoming products, prices will fall. If players leave the game and there's less people to sell to in the market and it becomes a tighter knit community that only sells to each other, prices will fall. Because some people have hoarded hundreds of copies of things and now they have no one to sell it to. We are in a very key moment in Magic the Gathering's history. And that cannot be stated enough. Do not lose track or sight of what is happening right now. Because this is one of those moments. Excuse me. This is one of those moments at least I know I am going to look back on year after year, saying to my friends, talking to people, saying, do you remember when? I can picture the live streams years from now. Do you remember when? I don't know what the answer will be. I think the market is just weak right now. People are really uncertain and they don't know what to do. I wouldn't sell my cards if I were you. I would hold on to them and I would just stay the course right now. You've already invested your money in. I wouldn't try to panic sell to somebody else who's willing to wait things out. Don't do it. Okay, I would not personally do it. I have no intention of selling any of my reserve list collection. But if people get really low pricing out there, I would be a person buying it if I get the opportunity. Because right now, prices have been so cheap lately. I've been trying to catch up on my Arabian Nights collection. And I'll have a video coming up soon of some of the cards I purchased. Because it turned out I was missing a lot of the commons and stuff. But I'll get a video out there soon. I just think this is one of those moments where people can make the wrong decision and lose a lot of money. One way or the other. I don't know. You guys will decide for yourselves. But I am staying the course right till the end. Because I love the game and I own the cards already. So it doesn't matter what happens. I've already invested the time and money into it. But when I tried to make that video and saw that nothing was going anywhere, card after card, that showed me that the players out there, it's not just a couple of players. It's not just 100,000 players. It's not 200,000. It is the market of Magic the Gathering showing a lack of confidence. Did you know box sales are down? Singles are still selling well, but box sales are almost at a standstill for a lot of products that are more than 1 or 2 months old. Standstill. Reserve list cards now not selling. Who's holding the bag right now? It's your LGS. It's the online retailers stuck with inventory that's not moving. I wonder what will happen, and I can't wait to go over this as time goes by because this is that moment. I don't get to do my Hot 10 video. I don't have a coffee with me. I brought a water instead because I just didn't expect this to happen this week. I did not think this is what we'd be talking about. I do cover quite a few finance things, especially when it's related to the reserve list, but this was not the video that should be happening on a Sunday. This is not a reserve list Hot 10. This became something else. Please make sure to leave some comments in the comments section. I'd love to see everyone's opinions on this. How do you feel about selling your reserve list collection or holding on to it long term? How do you feel right now? Do you feel that uncertainty yourself, wondering what's going to happen? Wonder if they're going to reprint Arabian Nights like the Taco King said? That stuff coming around again has a lot of people wondering what the value is going forward. But I'll give you this example. Detective 27 was that Batman first appearance, right? Was it $1 million plus, whatever it costs? And the reprints go for $50. The original still holds its value. And the reprints are reprints. They hold a little bit of value for those who want to read them and collect them, but never near what the original has. Okay? Thanks a lot for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out with me today on the channel. Have an awesome day wherever you are in the world of magic, and I look forward to seeing you guys all Monday. And of course, for the Sunday night live stream tonight, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. And by the way, if you happen to go shopping on TCG Player, please remember to use my affiliate link that is found in the description of each and every one of my videos. It does help the channel out and allow me to get some new cards. All right, guys, thanks again. This is that moment where I get to say thank you to each and every one of the fantastic patrons on the channel. You guys rock, man. You know it's true. Thank you again for that support, everyone. Can you imagine if there was actually a Magic the Gathering crash? If it actually hit the floor? Just... I can't imagine that ever happening because the cards do have value, especially to people who collect them. But there are those low moments, like in the old hockey card era in the 90s when everything collapsed out. This could be Magic's moment. This could be that defining moment. If it is, I hope people are prepared who want to buy some of these cards when they're really cheap, and those who want to sell can at least get some of their money out if they're abandoning the game. Interesting time, guys. But you're the top 3%. You know what it's like to hang out with me here at the end. We're not done. It's never over. We get to go again tomorrow. I'll see you guys in the live stream. Thanks a lot for hanging out. Have an awesome day today. 225 subs. We're getting so close. Almost at 12,000. Yeah.